In the sleepy town of Maple Grove, life moved at its own unhurried pace. Most days, the biggest excitement came from the occasional car driving down the dirt road, or the cows wandering a bit too far from their pastures. Caleb, a third-generation farmer, had grown up on this land, tending to the same fields his father and grandfather had before him.
One summer morning, Caleb woke up early, determined to plow the fields and get ready for planting. The sky was clear, the birds were singing, and everything seemed like it would be a perfect day for work. As he made his way to the barn, he could see his trusty old tractor sitting in the corner, covered in dust but still sturdy as ever. It had been in the family for as long as Caleb could remember, and though it was old and worn, it had always gotten the job done. After fueling it up and checking the tires, Caleb hopped into the seat ready to tackle the day. But when he turned the key, all he got was a sputter and a few weak coughs from the engine. Frowning, he tried again. Nothing. The tractor just wouldn't start. Frustrated, Caleb climbed down and popped open the hood, hoping it was a quick fix. After tinkering with the engine for what felt like hours, his shirt drenched in sweat and his hands covered in oil, Caleb realized the problem was bigger than he had thought. The parts were old and worn, and it would take time to get everything back in working order. Caleb sat back on his heels and sighed. He had planned to get so much done today. Now, instead of plowing the fields, he'd have to spend the day fixing the tractor. And even then, there was no guarantee it would be running by evening. He felt the familiar stirrings of frustration bubbling up inside him, the urge to shout or kick the old machine in anger. But then, Caleb stopped himself. He looked around at the peaceful fields, the sun shining down on the crops, and the sound of the breeze rustling through the trees. The day hadn't gone as he had planned, but was that so bad? The fields would still be there tomorrow, and there was no sense in getting worked up over something he couldn't change right now. With a deep breath, Caleb wiped the sweat from his brow and said to himself, "It is what it is." He decided that instead of letting the broken tractor ruin his day, he'd make the best of it. He spent the morning slowly repairing what he could, and then took a break to walk down to the creek behind the barn, something he hadn't done in years. As he sat by the water, watching it flow lazily by, Caleb felt a sense of calm wash over him. Things didn't always go as planned on the farm, but that was just the way life was sometimes. You had to roll with the punches. By the end of the day, the tractor still wasn't fixed, and the fields hadn't been plowed. But Caleb felt at peace. He had learned to accept what he couldn't control and let go of the frustration. Tomorrow would come, and he'd tackle the problems when it did.
The moral of this story is, life doesn't always go the way we want it to, and sometimes, things fall apart despite our best efforts. When faced with these moments, it's easy to get frustrated and feel like we're falling behind. But the truth is, some things are out of our control, and the best thing we can do is accept the situation as it is, at least for the moment. It is what it is isn't about giving up. It's about letting go of the stress of trying to force things that aren't ready to be fixed. It's about finding peace in the present, trusting that there will be another opportunity to make progress. Sometimes the best way forward is to stop, breathe, and remember that tomorrow is another day. In conclusion, Brokenwood Mystic Farms symbolizes the enduring connection between humanity and the land, a tribute to the beauty of nature and the importance of honoring traditions in a changing world. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You won't want to miss our short story adventures. If you have any questions, requests, or just want to say hello, feel free to contact us at info@brokenwoodmysticfarms.com. Thank you for joining us on this journey, and have a fantastic day, my friends.